Hey guys, and welcome back to Rooted Truly with me, Josie Say. Today we're going to talk about 3 gentle adaptogen herbs that can help you with either anxiety and or depression, and I'll touch on the and or part later. So let's get right on into this. The first herb is going to be rhodiola rosea. I don't know if I said it right, but I'm pretty sure I said it correctly. Rhodiola to me is one of the best herbs to use for anxiety and depression. The reason being is that, as all adaptogen herbs, it helps you to adapt or be able to meet the stress level. What if that is what's triggering those things in you? It helps you to meet the stress levels that you're feeling. But what makes it awesome is that it helps to balance your mood compared to other herbs where they might more so relax you. This one really helps your body to level itself off. And like I said, you don't always see that in other supplements and other herbs. Rhodiola, you can usually get, of course, as a tea, but you can also find it in supplement form. A lot of the time, you're going to find it maybe blended with other like properties or other herbs to make it like more powerful, but it is great as a supplement, especially if you're feeling a lot of anxiety, if you're having trouble sleeping, if you're feeling in a really down mood. Supplements usually work a little bit faster because of course you're swallowing it, it's falling into your gut, and it processes from there. Compared to drinking tea, usually you need to drink a couple cups of tea, typically over the course of a week, maybe 2, before you really see the effects that you really want to feel, depending on your bodily system. Before I go into the next 2 herbs, I do want to drop an interesting fact right here that I recently learned, especially as I mentioned in my previous video of me finding out that I do deal with anxiety. I also found out that a lot of people who deal with anxiety also deal with depression, and vice versa. And that's why it's important to always go see someone that's a professional, because as I mentioned before in my last video, a lot of the symptoms can look similar. So you might be feeling like you're depressed, and it could be anxiety, or you might think that you're getting anxious and you're getting depressed. So I just wanted to throw that tidbit out there. And this is also why I felt talking about these herbs would be important, because if you do struggle with both, or if one is starting to offset the other, these can help wrangle them both and get them in line instead of dealing with one and then the other, because there are some herbs that do better for anxiety than they do for depression, and vice versa. So let's jump back in. The second herb, which probably most people have heard, tried, or done something with it, it would be lavender. Lavender is better with aromatherapy. I am not huge on lavender tea, but I also don't like floral flavors. I'm also just don't care for it in general. Like I said, flavor wise, but also because it's been proven that if you have like a lavender essential oil and you put it in a diffuser, if you keep it on for about 10 minutes, that aroma will actually improve your mood within those 10 minutes of inhaling it. My other favorite ways is using it in a bath. That could either be one, putting the oils in Epsom salt and using it in my bath, which again, I'm still getting the aroma, or 2, taking dried lavender and I put that in just a warm bath in general. And that also works very well because again, we really just need the smell. That's what it's really all about. But if you do want to try the tea, be my guest. The last one, which also is probably more common, but maybe it's not as common to know you can use it for depression and anxiety, would be chamomile. Chamomile is one of my favorite, what I consider gentle herbs, because compared to other herbs that people might try like valerian root or passion flower, those two, depending on your personal sensitivity, might be too much. I've met people to where it made it hard for them to get up the next day, or they felt like they drank too much, a lot of different things. Chamomile, on the other hand, you get a 3 for 1. And what do I mean by that? If stress or if life in general is what's triggering your anxiety and or depression, the beautiful thing about chamomile is that it tackles your mood. It helps to improve it. It helps you to be calm because, again, it's an adaptogen herb. The other thing is that typically when your body is feeling the stress of your emotions, it can down your immune system. Chamomile happens to do very well with boosting your immunity. So while you're fighting to get your mood together, it's also protecting your immune system. Thirdly, if you're like me and you take stress into your gut, chamomile helps to relax your digestive system. So make sure that your gut is not going under that stress because like I have gastritis, so it helps to calm the digestive system to make sure it's still functioning the way it needs to. So it's wonderful because like again, it tackles not just the stress, but the other things that happen because you're feeling the stress or the pressure of the anxiety or the depression that you're flowing through. So those are the 3 herbs. Tell me if you've tried any of them or if you're interested in trying them. I personally keep chamomile and lavender in stock in my house for like plethora of reasons. And so I hope you guys learned something new today. Please make sure to subscribe and comment, and I'll see you again soon on Rooted Truly.